Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Tarot by Kathy McLeland. There's Kathy's website if you're interested. Supportive Oracle Cards, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. There's some websites in the back here if you're interested. Feel free to freeze frame on that if you're interested. There's also a couple more with her ColetteBaronReed.com website here on the back, and there's a picture of her if you're interested to see what she looks like. Alright. Oh, what's up with the hiccups all of a sudden? Hiccups usually for me talk about rough energy. I usually get them when rough energy is present. So, let's see if that... Oh, here's your first card. Okay, but there's a really good card after it, so it doesn't mean the whole thing is going to be rough. And the Devil card comes out too. Okay, alright, well, I had the hiccups, so I guess. What's this? Okay, somebody lied to you? Wait a minute. Alright, you know, the thing is with Gemini, when it doesn't work, at some point it's kind of like, all right, this isn't working, so I need to find another direction and go in a different direction. Gemini can change directions. Finding the direction is going to be fairly easy. Moving on it may be the challenge. Because I feel like... False promises. The Desert Prince is like something isn't really there. It's like somebody said something was there and it's not, and it's just not really for you. The Three of Swords is heartbreak. I think you're going to feel lied to. I don't know if you were literally lied to, but it's kind of like maybe somebody promised something that they really couldn't deliver on. Just to be fair, maybe they didn't realize that they didn't have the ability to do that. That doesn't really make you feel any better, but they might have overcompensated and underdelivered. There is a lack of effort on the other side. Are we sure? Well, the effort that they put, any effort they put in, it was just for themselves. In the sense of like they're going to secure what they want first. You went to the back burner, and then they just whatever they were going to do for you, it just didn't happen. And I don't know if they thought it was going to work that way, but it seems like that's how the wheel turned, and it just kind of worked against you. This is how it's starting. I feel like this is just to like get a lock on what's going on, and there's so many different people watching these sometimes that. You might be before, during, or after this moment, but it's just there's a reason it's giving you context. Either way, I feel like that situation, that's not going to work. And I feel like when they're giving you the hanged person, or what is it, this one? The hanged one with, this says the winged wise ones. The purpose of this moment is for you to realize that this is not serving you, and this does not put you first. This does not look out for you, really. If you make out with this energy, whatever this is, it's just because it worked out. Like, it was convenient enough that they're like, oh yeah, I can. Like, it's kind of like having some leftover food. Like, oh, Gemini's here, we have leftover food. Want some leftover food? It's kind of like it's there anyway, you might as well have it when it goes in your favor. But if they don't have anything extra, they're like, sorry, Gemini, I can't help you. Even though they might have said, no, we'll make sure you eat. We'll make sure we have enough for you. Then you show up and they're like, well, we didn't have enough this time. Sorry. Sorry. If they happen to have enough, great. If they don't, then sorry. That seems to be their attitude towards it. The angelic energy here is kind of saying, we want you to see it for how it's really treating you. You need to see it right now. Because the way it's going right now, it's upsetting and you don't like it. But you're still safe and secure with the Ten of Pentacles. It's not the best outcome. You don't like the outcome, but you're still secure at this time. And they're like, you need to see it now while you're still secure so you can make better decisions and move on from this, because this situation, this energy is not actually looking out for you. It might say it is, but it's not. Cool? Okay. Are you having a hard time letting go, or is there something else going? You got the Devil card here. What is the Devil card about? What is the Devil? Because it doesn't feel good, but I'm like, what is it saying? The Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Pentacles. Don't wait for your turn. Don't wait for your turn. This is not just a moment where it just went against you. Just the wheel came again across again, but it's kind of like don't wait for your turn. Like, especially if this makes you mad and you want to kind of like have your turn to like get even, it's not going to serve you. That's just for whoever it hits for. It doesn't mean that's going to hit for everybody. So if it hits for you, great. If it doesn't, then move on from it. But yeah, waiting this out, it does not get better for you. There seems to be the need to not move on and to just wait for my fair turn. Your turn doesn't come. It just doesn't. At least, like, if you're trying to balance out the situation, it won't balance. It won't literally balance. Your turn doesn't come. I keep getting that it doesn't come. What the advice here is I feel like it's just to move on and just to make up your mind and not look back. Are we sure? Sounds harsh, but swords. Two of Swords, then the Strength card. Doesn't need to be an issue. You got the Horse King with the Six of Swords. Like, no. Move on from it. Just don't look back. I don't think we even need to... Like, if this was a job, this is one of those instances where I would find another job and then I would really try to think to myself, if I don't give notice, how does that hurt me? Because maybe that's my... I don't know. I've done it before. I have. Never thought I would, but then when I got older, I was like, why not? This job sucks that bad that I don't want to be here. Why do that? I've just left. I've done that. I'm still shocked that I did that. It's up to you. I'm not saying to do that. I'm saying you think about it. But I'm thinking this might be a situation, a different version of that might be, I go to HR, say, hey, I'm giving my 2 weeks notice, and I'm telling them I don't want a lot of people to know. So then I go to my manager and I'm like, I told HR that I'm giving notice, 2 weeks notice, and they said that everybody doesn't need to know. So when I'm telling you this in private, I don't want you telling people that I'm leaving. I'm just going to leave in 2 weeks, and I don't want people to know. That could be the thing. I have actually seen that happen. I don't know why that works out the way it works out, but I have seen that happen where like management knows somebody's leaving and nobody else really knows until they're gone. And it's kind of like, okay, for whatever reason, that's the way they wanted to do it, and that's how it got done. I don't know. I've seen it happen. Like, it's still, I don't know exactly why, whatever, but that's interesting. The next situation coming in, because you will find one fairly easily. The Magician. Can we just clarify the Magician? Because I'm kind of excited about this. I think this is going to be really good. That is Earth, Two of Pentacles, and the Hermit card. Long-term decisions, very thought-out decisions. I want a situation where I have options. The Hermit for you, especially coming in with the Magician, what I'm getting from that is like, whatever you're going into, it seems like you're going into this next phase. It doesn't have to be a job you're leaving, but whatever you're leaving, when you go into this next phase, it affords you this space where you can think things out and calculate and decide your next move. So if it was a job situation, either you're going to go into a company with a lot of different possibilities, a lot of different avenues for advancement, or you could go into a job where it's like, it's acceptable for now, but it's not going to be I'm not going to stay here. I just want to work here for now and have a comfortable life while I decide what my next move is going to be. That might be where you go with that. Because I feel like whatever you're going towards, you seem to fit with it quite well. I feel for a lot of you, it's like it's a transition phase here, where whatever you're going into next, for example, maybe you're ending a relationship, just for argument's sake, and you're going to move in with a relative or a friend. You're not going to permanently live there, but you're like, for the next 2 months, is that okay if I live here with you? And they're like, yeah, that's cool, you can move in. So you take care of your stuff, you move in, and for the next 2 months, you're like, It's only going to be 2 months, but where am I going to go after this? But I'm taking my time to really decide what I want next. And it's a situation where if I ask them, like, could I have like another month and a half, maybe 2 months, would that be okay? Because I think I know where I want to go. I just got to find my place. I just got to buy a place. I just got to find some place to rent, something like that. You know, it's something like that because I feel like I have a comfortable transition space. That King of Cups seems like this is a very compatible energy with you. Wherever you're, like, for example, whatever you're going into, like it's a midway job, or if you're hanging out, or you're living with somebody else transitionally, just for a time, it seems like you're very welcome. You're very liked and you're very welcome where you are, is what I'm also getting with this King of Cups. You're very appreciated wherever you are. You've got Gaia too and the Empress. It's like you're very liked. You're very liked where you're going. Three of Cups, very liked. I feel like what they're saying is take your time with the next phase. Go into this transition phase, and then I would give myself a time limit and try to find an answer of where you want to go next within that time limit, wherever you think that time limit is acceptable. You seem to be very liked where you're going. So, for example, some of you, maybe, whatever it is, maybe you're changing jobs, or maybe you're leaving somebody for whatever reason, maybe you're moving in with a relative or a friend, and life is easier, but you're like, all right, I can do this for a year and a half and I'm okay, and they're okay. But within a year and a half, I want to be looking towards avenues and deciding what I'm going to do and just start moving towards it. But I want to be actively thinking about what I want next. But I give myself a year and a half to make a decision. I've talked about it with them. They're cool with that too. So within a year and a half, I'll go somewhere else. But I want to have that time where I don't have to be under the gun. I can just relax and just see what's out there and just discover this, discover that, and see what I really want. I feel like what this card is really saying is enjoy the transition phase. Make it work for you. It doesn't have to be rushed through. Whatever didn't work, let's take some time to really think about why that didn't work. I don't know if this is controversial. I don't think of it as controversial, but it's kind of like sometimes we get caught up with people who are not the greatest, right? And I feel like it's one of those things where it's not really our fault, I would say, if I dare, that we got caught up with these people, but we can look back on that and be like, what were the red flags? What was going on with that person where I should have kind of looked a little closer and saw that for what it was rather than what I wanted it to be, so that I can recognize those red flags going forward in the future and I don't repeat that, be that with a job, a person, whatever it is. Sometimes you get involved with jobs and you're like, something doesn't seem right here, but I like this and I like that, so I'll overlook it. Then you're like, I should have saw that for what it was in the beginning and I should have done whatever instead. So yeah, new transition, enjoy the transition period. I feel like they're saying enjoy the transition period. I feel like that's what they're saying. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.